I am. If you want to come in here.
Yeah.
Ms. Audrey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Who all, let's see, Michelle and Brenda and you, anybody else supposed to be coming on?
Yes, we're waiting on Valeria Swan, Ed Harris, Sherman, and Tan Scott.
Okay, Sherman's here. So
Okay.
he bought the ticket to the Golden Seed in the studio, so he's here live today. So
Then we're just waiting on Valeria, Ed, and Tan.
okay. Well, I am gonna step out and I'll be right back. So. Michelle and Brenda, how are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Good deal. We haven't seen you around here, Brenda, lately. Where you been? Out for the holidays, or
Yeah, a
Chris
little bit.
offend you?
Yeah. Have a good family in Little Rock. Yeah.
Okay.
Identical twin and all. Yeah.
I'm gonna start in 1 minute, whether everybody's on here or not, so.
I'm sorry, my thing was on mute. Good morning, Randy. This is Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, how are you?
I'm blessed. You doing okay?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Good.
Still well. We've been over a year, I guess, with COVID, or close to a year, and I have avoided it. I've been in and out of airports, and
Wow.
my youngest son at home has had it. He's 26. He had it and never got it from him. My oldest son exposed me to it, so I've been around it. So, but I've been taking my vitamins, vitamin D.
Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the same thing. Plus, you got God's covering all around you.
I take D's and elderberry syrup. I'm going back watching the old episodes of Beverly Hillbillies. Whatever Granny Clampett told everybody to take, that's what I'm taking. So
You and I both.
yeah, yeah. My doctor did me too. He's got me at 10,000 units on D3. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking too.
So so it's, if they say, especially if you get exposed, anybody that has it, they're putting them on 10,000 units, and then they say you can drop down to 5 or 6, but
Okay. Do you take your 10 every single day?
pardon?
The 10,000 that you're taking a day? Because I have that same thing. Do you take yours daily?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. And they say the D's and all the vitamins, you can't overdose on it because your body will just flush it out. So
Yeah.
I'm giving it more than it needs. Eating Brazil nuts. I've been overdosed on this. So
Okay.
and we've got the ozone machines and still pumping it out there. So it's all
Okay.
good. Chris Krill, operations centers over there working, running some new cables and fixing to put up a new TV in the office.
Wow.
I know Audrey's and Brenda. Michelle, have you been in the new office yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Not.
Need to come see it. It's super nice. So
Really?
yeah, we enjoy it. We love it over here. So
Okay.
Who there hasn't been in the office?
it's just
I'm coming next to you, Chris.
it's turned to a men's real estate office. All I have is a bunch of men hanging out. So need some good looking women in this place. It's the men's club. So I think we're going to take the right suite and make it the women's, and the left suite to just stay men's.
All right. I'm coming to break that up, y'all.
Hey, we need it. I'll tell you what, it's Chris has his gym bag in the bathrooms and clothes everywhere and toasters. It looks like a men's club here. So need some ladies to come make us clean it all up.
Wow.
Anyway. All right. Well, appreciate you guys that's on here, and we'll get started. We won't be long. I'm fixing to start a couple of series on social media, what we need to be doing, and this is just starting us out on how important it is, and fixing to go to a slide on what we need to be doing. Our mindset needs to be is that, hey, we're building relationships here, and I saw a commercial. I think it's an AT&T commercial. Somebody in the commercial was talking about, like, hey, before we saw, these phones, a friend told me about y'all, or this, that, and the other. And somebody said, yeah, before we had all of this, we would spread word of mouth. And so without having to go and buy advertisement or anything else out there, Facebook is there, it's free. We can spend as much as we want or as little as we want on it, but it is the best way to build relationships to your clients, your friends, your families, and So we're going to go over all of this. Share, yeah, we'll do a little boosting today, looking at more content, what we need to be. I shared this business tip of the week yesterday with the men's group here at the men's office, and so they'll get to see it again. But the business tip, I love this. It says to stand out from the crowd, innovate. The effort is worth it because today's consumers have an appetite for the unique. They're always looking for a better way. Don't be afraid to be creative. What used to work or wow folks soon becomes the run of the mill. And and that's, we see that often. You get a good tip out there, next thing you know, everybody's doing this or doing that. And so trying to stay ahead of the curve is the name of the game. And one thing that I do is that I think helps us stay ahead of the game in the real estate business is I'm looking constantly at what are people doing, California, East Coast, New York, some of the bigger cities, instead of what's going on around in Birmingham. And social media changes every day, and it's like, hey, we've got to be there. But we're going to go over a few things. Got this little tip here that's coming up, is social media for real estate. What do we need to do? One, I know we've talked about this before, is having a business page, going through instead of just posting on your personal site. Have a Michelle Vaughn team, Brenda Malone team, got the Randy Brooks team. Separate yourself, your business from your personal, because you want to look professional in this, and so you want to put together, make sure you've got. Does everybody here have a business page? Brenda, Michelle?
I don't have I have a family page and everything, but I don't have a business page. Might need some help on setting one up for a minute.
Okay. We'll set up. We'll have, anytime you want to come in, we can help you set it up. It takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
Very simple that we can go in. Michelle, you got a business page?
I do have a business page. I do. Yes, on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, well, cool. If you sit here and look, we have at Avast, I've got my team, we've got Life at Avast that we share social stuff within Avast. Got the Avast Realty, Avast Atlanta, the Gulf Coast, our new construction team, hellorealty.com, got new teams, and then me, and then Huntsville. So we're pretty busy marketing, setting up, and Chris has it running automatically to where there's several companies out there that will do auto post just for data every day. I'll show you on mine here. He's got it set up to where some of the things I like, some I don't. This shows a couple out looking for a $3.2 million house just because they just got their stimulus checks in. So now everybody's excited. I was in one of my subdivisions the other day, and one of the workers was like, hey, I told her I had a truck I was wanting to sell. And she said, yeah, I got my stimulus check. And she said, I'm ready to buy a truck. And she said, how much you want for your truck? I said, well, it's $6,000. She's like, well, I just got 600. And I'm like, you're not buying a truck for $600. And I'm not a buy here, pay there. But, when I saw that post, it reminded me of that. But everybody's getting a stimulus and they're looking, and makes them feel good. But Chris, you can share like some of these, some of these posts I make, some of these, are just some auto posts. A lot of what I like to do is go in and copy articles, buying new construction. I can go in there and highlight this, copy and paste it onto one of my ads. And I can sit there and read, why is social media so important, for real estate agents? And there's so many tips in here that top agents around the country sit there and they'll talk to you about 7 social media tips for real estate you can't afford to overlook. And so instead of sitting there trying to come up with all of that on your own, there's so much stuff in Google. These guys that sit here and talk about the basics, choose your social media platforms. It tells you things. So if you really want to know what you need to be doing, go into Google and just ask that dumb question of, where do I get content? What do I need to do? What should I be posting? It's just like, hey man, there's so much stuff here in Google to help you to post and see what the professionals do, and they'll tell you what's working for them and what's not working for them. And how you go back and check that is like this one got 25 people. In this page of mine, I probably don't have 100 folks on this one. If I'm running boost or running ads, I do the Avast page, and just because we have about 1,800 likes on that page, there's more organic people. That means that they'll see it without me boosting, and then I use this to boost, and Chris uses it or we use it for birthdays. So it's kind of a personal, it goes business, and just a little bit of everything in there on the page. And so social media, whether you're doing if you're doing Facebook or LinkedIn or Pinterest, there's different responses when you go in and see which one's the best for real estate agents. I think you find which one works best for you, and a lot of these are age driven. I think a lot of the younger people are doing the Pinterest, and us older folks are just kind of getting the hang of Facebook, waiting on the next thing to come around. But it really gets to be is where are your contacts, and who is it that you're wanting to sell to. The strategy for social media is the best way in the world to let all your friends and family know what you do. You can make posts on the market, and just kind of keep them up to date and let them know. I've had some agents let them know what's going on. What is that? Okay. Hey, Tan. And so,
Hello.
I was sitting here looking, and I've talked to some agents that they've sat there and said, well, I get frustrated. I've made 10, 12, 15 posts and get no response. And a lot of times, unless you're asking questions in your post or putting data on there that, just lets them know that you're in this, or that you're looking for a home in Lake Wilburn, and they're calling you, it's hard to do a direct tie. But one thing that I will say is that if you post and post and post and post, it's like Richard Eaton, he'll probably call 50 people a day, doing something different from social media, but he's making phone calls. But he's figured out that he's making probably $150, $200 per phone call, by the time you average it out. So I sit here and look at posts. If you sit there and make 10, 12, 15 posts, and then somebody finally calls you, and you get a $5,000 commission deal, now you're making about $454 every time you make a post. And so it's not going to work with 10 or 12. It takes quite a few posts to get in there, but it really gets down to what is it you're doing. And that's what I'm going to kind of go over with social media for real estate. I'm putting in here is you need to post consistently and strategically, not just showing anything or whatever. You need to have a strategic plan for what you're trying to do and show people with this site. If I sit there and go back to the Avast Facebook pages, with the Avast Realty, we're showing people the lives of Avast real estate agents and what all we're doing. If I go into our new construction team, then we're showing products that's out there. We're identifying neighborhoods. So our strategic planning is that we're going after people looking for new construction here, to where on the Avast site, we're going after people just looking for homes in general all the way around. And so, so we're very strategic about our marketing and what we put in those areas, and going to be a little bit more strategic in those areas. We got to get back to, like I said, a successful social media for real estate strategy is a lot like successful relationship building strategy. You need consistent contact and interactions that provide value and motivate people to keep coming back. So, when you go through and look at other people's posts, you can sit there and see what bores you and what excites you. And I can scan through a million posts. My wife looks at everybody's post, and I'm like, hey, I just go through, and there's certain things that catches my eye. And those are the things that you're looking for out there in the market. You can go to Google, which I do quite a bit, and pull up, the trends, what the market studies are. I'll post some stuff that I get from my National Home Builders group. on where price points are going, and you know, just try to share information about our market, what's going on out there, and educate your friends or your contacts. The goal is to create enough interactions for your audience to get to know you as a real estate agent without overwhelming them to the point they tune you out. I've seen some of those agents out there that, man, they just post, you know, every closing, and then, you know, riding in their Corvette. And got a friend in Houston that she just overdoes it. And I'm like, you know, hey, I don't want to see that again. And so you don't want to overdo it, but you do want to give enough content or information out there that lets the people know what's going on in the market. And it's more letting them know that you're a real estate agent out here. And, you know, and our whole thing is that those people watching or seeing your ad, they may not be ready to buy a house, but they may know somebody that does. And so there's questions you've got to ask. You know, hey, are you looking for a home, or somebody that you know? Ever so often, you know, ask that question if they know someone, or, you know, if there's somebody in their family that, you know, they would let you work with. It says this is a delicate balance to maintain, but the good news is it's something you can always adjust as you go. Feedback from your networks, whether you're gaining or losing followers, their engagement will tell you if you're heading in the right direction. I'm sitting there, we're fixing to do some Google marketing, and I've tried this before, and I spent a lot of money finding out that a lot of stuff didn't work. And I'm like, hey, I'm not spending any money till we make sure we know what's going to work. But the good thing in Facebook is that it's not costing you to run those ads. You can just get stuff posted. I see a friend of mine, he's a real estate agent in Atlanta that posts stuff, and he's always posting like, what's the new countertop? Hey, somebody help me pick out curtains for my new, you know, clients, and we'll show 3 or 4 different pictures. And it just gets everybody engaged into their Facebook. So a healthy Facebook page that's going to help you grow as a real estate agent is going to be information that the people want to see, but it's stuff that keeps reminding them that you're a real estate agent. And again, kind of, if you're consistent with it, then whenever they do run into somebody in the family or whatever, then, you know, they're like, hey, I know Tan Scott, she's a real estate agent. And I get in trouble all the time at home. When we were remodeling our old house before we sold it, my wife would not use anybody unless they were on Facebook, the painters, the flooring guys, and everything else. And I finally found out it was after our house got through, our home was in the picture of their Facebook page, and she wanted that. And so some people want that person on Facebook because they're going to see you after closings with deals going on, that you're showing houses, you're posting homes, you're posting the picture of them that they just sold their home or they just bought a new home. And people like that. They want to be on your Facebook page. So do something that makes it important enough that they do want to keep coming back and seeing and looking at who's sold a house. My wife's constantly looking at this friend of hers in Texas and saying, you know, she'll say, man, she's already up to 50 million this year in sales. And so some people like to keep up with that. And so, but if you make a post and then you don't come back for 2 months and make another post, then, you know, out of sight's out of mind. And so using this and looking at your friends or your base and everything on your Facebook page, you want to sit there and just be consistent in your posting. You can use social media software to schedule posts beforehand. You can go in one day a week in our day-to-day kind of guide. You know, you can sit there and do a day-to-day post, or you can go in on Mondays and post enough for 7 days. And so there's different things that we can sit there, and Chris can come in and show you guys how to do that, go in and post. And if you post it on social media or Pinterest, now you can click just one little button basically and tie them all together. So whatever you post on Facebook, it will be on Pinterest. It can go to your LinkedIn. So it's very easy to go in and tie all of these together instead of having to go to each one. So, you know, by setting it up beforehand, you know, it gives you the freedom to meet with clients, work open houses, attend closings, all while you're building your presence automatically. It's easy to post multiple times a day, you know, this way. Posting frequency is one thing, but you also have to consider the nature of the content. That's very, very important. You know, there's some stuff that I see on hours that I don't really like. You know, it's not who I am, but other people like it. Most content breaks down into 3 different types. You know, some of the stuff you need to put down is time sensitive, promotional. These posts advertise new properties on the market, open houses, or your brand in general, what's going on in your life as a realtor. Think of listing photos, tweets, urging prospects to give you a call, and virtual tours with Facebook live streams or 360-degree photos, which we do. And I sell a lot of houses just posting our 360 videos. Just had one listed in Calera, got it, posted it, shot it out there, and you know, now we're under contract. And so time sensitive items are things that you want to sit there and have people, you know, call me about this house, or come see me at this open house, or just, you know, just sit there and put posts or pictures of a closing this afternoon, because people want to see that you're busy and that you're very good at this, and that you're, you know, not good at posting on Facebook, but good at selling real estate. And so, you know, which I'll talk about something in a minute of kind of fake it till you make it. If you don't have a whole lot of stuff going on, volunteer to go to a closing, go take pictures and put in there and share pictures of other closings and just say, hey, at a closing today. There's so many different things that you can do there, but time sensitive, evergreen, you know, how to or informative information. We have a lot of stuff there. This content answers questions, shares tips, or finds alternate ways to provide value. Again, that's a Google quick search. You go in, open up how to, or what's the flavor of the month, or, you know, what's the carpet, you know, trends and stuff like that. And so if you're just providing some value to people, they're going to sit there and look at it. And also when you post those, is make sure you're putting something in to get them to respond to you, and just, you know, ask them questions. You know, you can put 2 pictures of a kitchen cabinet style, or granite countertop, or quartz or something. So, but it's just as valuable a year from now as it is today. So those evergreen things are stuff that you can get in there, and it's always good information for people. And it could be decorating tips, a checklist to help see how much a house buyer could afford, do-it-yourself renovation project ideas. So, you know, kind of get out there and be a little different, offer different stuff. So we want to show what we're doing today. We want to post stuff that's always good. And then we also want to do something fun or entertaining. This content might not be directly related to real estate, but it's a great way to showcase your personality. It might be a review of a new restaurant in town, a heads up about traffic on the way home, or even those viral cat photos. You know, I've had one person teach, if you've got a dog, you know, show pictures of your dog and what your dog did today. Social media just gets prospects in the door. It's your personality and expertise, real life relationship skills that will close the deal. So what we're going to do there with your post and those 3 items is let people know what you're doing, give them tips, but then also let them know your personality and that you're fun, and because you don't want to just bore them all the time with closings or just, you know, new homes and stuff like that. So and so by posting that on your business page, what you do is, you know, you try to build that. And once some of you guys that have a business page, you know, Brenda, if you don't, it's like, hey, we've got to go in there and then build up content or get people to come to your page. But until you do that, all you do is once you post in your business page, you go back to your personal page, and then you look at your business page through your personal page and like and share everything that you have on your business page. And now it's going out through your personal page to all your friends and everybody like that. So any questions up to this point? So understand the goal of each post you make and mix things up to engage your audience and keep them coming back. Finally, remember that there's no need to create all this content yourself. There's companies out there. Supplement your own efforts by sharing, retweeting, or linking to other great content in the real estate industry. Your clients are a great content source, whether it's sharing a quote from their testimonial or a photo of them toasting a new home. You know, go in and look at people's pages and share. Go to Google, and you know, you can go into realty.com or realtor.com or Zillow and find tips and stuff, trends that's going on in the market. Copy it, like it, share it, and just be out there and be seen. Everybody's wanting to know, hey, how do we get business? How do we grow ourselves in the midst of 6,000 real estate agents in Birmingham now? How do we stand out? How are we different? And this is the easiest tool out there. You don't have to spend any money, but we do. You know, I will sit there and make some posts, and then I'll boost those out into some markets, which we can go over later. But it's very important that you're seen out there. If your friends and family don't know you, don't know that you're selling real estate, then you're never going to get a call. And so unless you're calling them personally and seeing them all the time and whatever. So, you know, this is just one of the aspects, one of the ways of picking up business is posting listings. I share all the time. I'll go in and find houses in Lake Wilburn that's for sale. I'll copy and paste them, put them on my Facebook page and just say, hey, if you're looking for Lake Wilburn, give me a call. And so we're constantly looking for buyers, you know, to call us and just sharing houses. If it's in the MLS, you can copy and paste it on your Facebook page. You can't say, hey, this is my listing. You can just say, hey, look at this house in Trace Crossings or you know, Liberty Park. Depends on what market that you're looking at, but share different homes that's out there. And, you know, just homes that are unique and or nice or affordable. Depends on what price point you're wanting to sell. But there's nothing that you cannot share. And so you just cannot claim it as your listing, because everything that you pull out of a Zillow or our MLS and I'll go to our webpage and pull up homes in Trust 4 different areas and copy and paste them. And in that ad, in that copy, it says courtesy of Realty South or whoever the listing is. So you're not going to get into any trouble. And so, but you just need to be active doing that. There's nothing, you really have to come up with new content. It just needs to be something that you're consistently doing and sharing information because, you know, the people that buy billboards, I see Jeff Jones all over town. People know Jeff Jones is a real estate agent. And so, you know, nobody knows who Jeff Jones is. Nobody knows what kind of personality he is. They just need his name. What Jeff's not doing is he's not very active in the social media market at this point. I've talked to him a little bit about it, is if you're doing billboards, you've got to tie yourself in with a personal thing so that now they can, because most everybody riding down the road, they see Jeff Jones or see Tan Scott billboard or Michelle, they're going to go open Facebook or Pinterest or whatever and check them out and see. And if they go there, and they don't see a whole lot of activity, then they're like, hey, he's just a billboard. So you're better off having a very strong Facebook, social media presence out there, showing people that you're doing a lot of business. And, you know, if you're not doing a lot, you need to show people that you're very involved in this business and make it look like you're a very business realtor. And it pays off. People want to deal with somebody that's active and they know what they're doing and share, you know, sharing information with them. So, you know, like I said, that's what it says. People are looking for somebody that's doing something in a better way, somebody that stands out of the crowd, not just the same old. So y'all get creative. Michelle, you're creative. You know, it's like, hey, how do we get out there and do something a little bit different, a little bit fun? A lot of agents I see do the videos, you know, live, going out showing houses, and you've got to ask people, you're doing this and you're asking them for, you know, for their business. And so you got to show them that you're willing to get out there and do some of this. Questions? Michelle?
I'm good. I'm just holding on to my grandbaby. I do the videos. I'm not sure if you keep up with me on Instagram. I got to link it to Facebook because I have to be honest, I don't do a whole lot on Facebook, and I stopped because I can't think of the word. I kind of got overwhelmed because there's so much stuff out there, and you spend all day reading. I don't like that. I want to hustle. I want to get out there. So I just start focusing on Instagram and I do videos, I do showings. I'm asking people now to be a part of the video. They're liking it. They're inviting their friends, getting new clients that way. So I'm enjoying it, but now I'm sitting here thinking I got to just go ahead and link it to my Facebook page now.
Yeah, and that's an easy link. You just go in there and link them in together. So it's very easy. You know, and there is so much out there, so much content, and there's several companies that will do your social media. And so, you know, while you're busy and running around, it's like, you know, hire somebody to add some other things, and you don't really have to hire. There's a lot of free things out there that I'll get Chris to send out some of the free links or whatever. But you know, most of these pictures on ours is just free stuff that these companies like to post.
That would be great. I appreciate that.
Okay. Tan, anything you're doing, or? I'm going to unmute you, Miss Tan. She may not have a microphone. Okay. You know, we'll shoot out a couple of things to all the agents of, you know, how to link and what to do. So I'm gonna start some more training next week. I'll shoot something out because we're going to dig in a little bit different on where to find some content and how to boost ads and because you know, I've been sitting there, I spent some money on boosting certain ads, and Chris and Sherman's here, and they've heard this, is like I'll boost some ads on new construction and get about 24,000 people see my ads. And the next thing I know, the builder's like, hey man, we had a rush on houses this week. I'm like, yeah, I had 24,000 people see your house, and they didn't call me, they came straight to y'all. So I've got to kind of modify a little bit on money I spend on advertising other people's homes. And so, as I've looked at my ads, I didn't ask them, hey, call me, you know, to look at that house. I just shared a house with them. And I know the problem is a lot of people seeing ads like that on Facebook, you know, they're calling their realtor and stuff. So, so it's just trying to figure it out. And like I said, you're going to do some stuff that doesn't work and some stuff that does. So it's just really, it's hard to figure out what's going to work and what's not, but it's easy to figure out if you make posts every day that people are going to see you, they know what you do. And whenever it does hit their mind that they need a real estate agent or they talk to somebody, then they're going to remember, yeah, I saw Michelle on social media the other day. She sells real estate. And so that's why we do it. We don't do it for the instant sale. It's not going to be a quick, easy sale, but it's all about building that relationship with a whole lot of people out there. So Chris, you got anything?
Yeah, I was going to add, it was you know, you're talking about the different forms, you know, social media, LinkedIn and all that. I mean, I've been on TikTok for about a year now. Finally started posting content on it, and one of the creators I follow on there, and of course we got to think of ourselves as creators, as part of, you know, the social media concept goes. Whatever, I mean, I know Michelle, like you're on Instagram. I mean, you are a creator. So the biggest part that I took from one of these creators was, as far as creating content goes, think of yourself as the consumer. No, don't just think of it, yeah, I am the creator, I'm doing this. Think of it how your, you know, your client base, whoever you're trying to reach, try to create that content how they would look at it, if that makes any sense. You know, you're trying to entertain them or, you know, tell them stuff. So try to create the content that, you know, looks at it from their viewpoint. I guess that's what the best way I was trying to say it was. Create your content from their viewpoint. And to keep them engaged, you know, and then I'll just hit on what you said earlier was, you know, two pictures of a countertop or whatever, you know, does A or B suit you most? And that way it's, you know, that's pushing your engagement.
That's good. Chris, I was fixing to pull up, but there's a couple of companies out there that's Who do we use that does the automatic post?
It's called In Stock Realtor. I believe that's the name. And of course, I've had problems with it just because I know I keep repeating this. My Facebook account was attached with that. So when my Facebook account got hacked, a lot of that activity was affected as well too. So trying to get everything back on board, I may have to do it through yours to get everything back on board, just because what I've got now just isn't working, even though I've got my stuff back in a sense, but it's very limited. And just ever since the hack, it hasn't acted the same.
Okay. Anybody else?
What's the cost of using the, what did you say, Unstock Realty?
No, In Stock.
In stock, okay, what's the cost?
Well, they actually have, it's for free when you sign everything up. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me make sure I got I'm sorry, it's called In Stock Social is what it is.
Social.
In Stock Social, and you can link up, you can put your Facebook on there. They don't have an Instagram just because, here's the thing with Instagram. Instagram is a mobile only platform. And so the only way to post is through the Instagram app itself. There was a workaround I found a couple years ago of being able to post on Instagram, but that service is no longer valid. So with In Stock Social, it's a lot harder to post through Instagram. So you still have to be, mindful that you got to still post through Instagram, but you can link Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. They had talked about adding some other stuff as well too, but basic service, it posts for you, every day. I think once or maybe twice a day. So that way it's a little bit of work off your shoulders. And then you can actually pay a little bit more per month. I believe the max is like $8.95 a month, and you get some really what they call exclusive content. And so just, again, it's just one of those sources that makes you look like a pro.
Sounds good, thanks.
You're welcome.
Michelle, do you need some help with LinkedIn tying it into Facebook, or is that something you know to do?
I know how to do it. I'm just been lazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, get it linked. I mean, that way we're across the platforms, because Facebook does own Instagram. So there's that ability to cross link it. So anything that helps you to, if you post on one, it'll post on the other. Go ahead and do it.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
So Michelle, who are you babysitting today?
My grandbaby.
Okay. Well, cool.
I'm
How
sorry.
old?
She's 2.5 and going on 21.5.
Oh, I understand. Handful at that age. So anyway. Okay. Well, guys, I'm fixing to send some stuff out, emails, and I try to send things, and I've already sent some out about where our market is, and looks like it's going to be a strong 2021. The biggest thing is right now is getting listings. And I would not purchase any buyers leads these days and times. Buyers are plentiful at this point in time. There are some companies trying to get you, to buy their sellers leads or listing leads. And I don't know that I would go there either. We're working on some, hopefully next week, I've got a little thing that we're working on that I'm gonna do a class on how to work expires. And so I'll send y'all something out, just because we got to find listings, and there's a shortage of homes out here, and the home prices are going up pretty fast. And so it's going to be a good year. The Democrats are going to throw in what I hear that's on Biden's plate is like a $15,000 down payment assistant program for first-time home buyers. Which is only going to fuel the fire out here that's already just burning up. And so it's going to be a good market. We just need to be active, be out there. When you're on social media, my recommendation this day and time would be going in, pulling up information about shortage of housing and how big of a demand there is, and asking people, hey, if you're interested in selling, let me know. A lot of our agents are going to these next door pages and asking for homes in neighborhoods, and you get, every time you post, there's somebody in that neighborhood saying, yeah, I'm interested in selling. And one of my neighbors sold his house, and I didn't even know he sold it. Nobody knew he sold it until he was gone, and there were new cars in the parking lot, and he was on the social site. Somebody went in and posted, you know, hey, I'm looking. He saw it. They got together, and he sold his house, and so that's where we've got to go. Anybody can sell something that's in the MLS. But if you want some gold right now, is get out there and reach and ask for sellers, and we've actually added. I'll share this up. Is let me go back in and share my screen. Is Chris built this? If you go to our website, it's reasons why to list with the Vast Realty. If you click that, and it's reasons why to list, our 360 videos, top performing social media, best negotiating prices, and listed in the top who's who. But we really talk about with the social media. And one thing you pitch is that with our 360 tours, I'll lessen the traffic instead of getting more and more people in there. This house that just, I hadn't even told Chris, we just got a contract on Old Ivy, and we only showed it to 3 people. And they saw the video. I wouldn't let them come in and see the house unless they saw the video. And so instead of having 20 families go trouncing through this house, we had 3. And when they're there, once they come, we know they're already interested because they've already seen the house. So what we're doing is shutting, just advertising that we reduce foot traffic, but then we increase the views of their homes on our video tours, and by blasting them on social media. So you can copy and paste this and put it on your Facebook page, and then if you have a website, Chris can actually convert this, Chris, can't you, to where reasons why to list with Michelle Knight.
Yeah, just basically, I'll just copy it. I'll just redo it, and just means less work for me. All I got to do is change a few things, and be up and running. For what this is, guys, it's what's called a landing page. With what's going on, and trying to make sure that this landing page is basically meant for you to throw up. And I apologize for using that term. Is basically you get to throw up all your information right here instead of doing it on like a social media post and trying to tell everybody everything. You can hopefully be as succinct as possible in as less words, and say, hey, look, if you want more info, click the link, and then this is where they would go to this landing page. The landing page is meant to capture lead information. So basically you can just tout everything you do with this one page, and then down at the bottom, if you'll scroll down, you'll see where it's asking for their information. And then that's the best way to do it. Instead of trying to make a long post, in a sense, this is where you can do it. Just lead them here, and hopefully you can capture their information.
So in the easy way of doing that, I went back to my Facebook page, and so if I go to a Vast Realty.
Was there a football game last night?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think there was in Canada somewhere. So
Yeah.
But if you,
I'm with Randy on that one.
but if you go to this, all you've got to do is go up to the URL and left click, make it blue, then right click and copy. And then when you come to your Avast or to your site, you want to make a post. What's going on here, Chris?
Hey, it's your computer, not mine.
Yeah, I know. I hear it.
There you go. Finally there.
Like if I want to create a post, if I want to write something, I just go in there and right click, paste, and then leave that link. And then I can just make a comment and then post it. And so it's real easy to do. So we've got the information. If you want to post that, just go to the Avast website and and it's under, it's fun when your computer slows down when you're doing a training.
Happens with me, dude.
Yeah, it's just under sale, like somebody wants to sell, they can sell their home or ask for an evaluation. So we've got that in there. So I would copy and list that and let people know why they want to list with you. And because we give you the 360 videos, we do 360 videos and can help you do the boost and post on social media, whatever it is that you need. So we're here to help you guys out, and that's what you need to be asking out there. Like I said, most of our buyers agents are working themselves to death right now trying to find a house, and the bidding process goes on and on and on and on, which is not a whole lot of fun. So the fun part is having listings. So I would work all my money on the listing side, posting, trying to get people to list with you, and because the market's hot. And so that's where the goat is this day and time, is use your social media for sellers. And I don't waste a dime on buyers. So Ms. Tan, you got something?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, good deal. If nobody's got any questions, we'll stop. I wanted to kind of keep this thing under an hour, and trying to do some of these in the 30, 45 minutes, just that we can get in, get hit. So we'll have some emails out on a couple of trainings for next week. And again, I'm working on one is how to negotiate in times of multiple bids. Also on, continuing on why to list and how to get listings. So anyway, we'll send those out, fixing to try to do 2 or 3 trainings on top of what Chris is doing with Brokerman and a few other things we're doing on the Chime CRM system. So thank you guys for coming on today, and thanks Audrey for setting it up, and y'all let us know what we can do to help. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.